apparently YouTube likes vertical stuff. But yeah, got the mountains behind me. Actually, there's no mountains in really York either. Let me know if I'm coming through all right because I can't find the cool new microphone thing that I got that made last week's stream so nice. Am I coming through all right? Let me know in the comments. I already see Tim in there, Karsten from before. I don't know if Karsten's still hanging around. I kind of wait till I get into stuff until I see some more of you starting to pop in. Hey, David's in here. I don't know, David. Am I allowed to spoil what's going on for you at York before it even like technically happens? But it's fun doing these. But honestly, this live stream didn't happen because I was in a bit of trouble about an hour and a half ago. It's my last day here before I head out for the York train show, and had a new sink getting installed with some shutoff valves because the builders of this house were cheap and didn't put shutoffs on anything. Even when they replaced stuff, they were just shutting off the main and replacing stuff and turning the main back on. So shutoff valves, just slowly but surely been adding them to the house. And he went to go shut off the main and it broke. And he went to go turn off from the source outside and we couldn't find it because the grass had taken over it and it had drifted from the house and it was at an angle, and so we couldn't get it. Was a mess. Like, I thought we were going to flood out the house, that I was going to have to cancel the trip, that I was going to have like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 bill, kill all my train funds, all my travel funds, and I wouldn't be able to go. So not only did the stream not happen, York almost didn't happen. All right, now we got some more in there. Joe from Ogden, thanks for joining us. Is that McChicken? Hello. Oh, apparently I am allowed to spool away with the details for Mr. David down in the comments live. Aiden is here. Hello, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Mr. Sleeves forgot to send me the rest of those pictures. What pictures? Oh, he was here recently running some of these trains around. Yes, I still have your Burlington and such on the line behind me because I have to pack that fella up. I don't know if I should spoil that one for you guys. Actually, can't remember if I did already or not. I'm going to move this sucker over a little bit. But thank you guys for joining me on your lunch break. And yes, if you are out of the loop with goings on with Datafied and everything that I've been doing. Oh, I see why that shadow keeps freaking out. There's a light over there that normally isn't. I'll just go kill it. Be right back. Alright, that one's better. There we go. Yay, track lighting. Oh no, my computer! Come back, yay, good. Noah's in here, how you doing? I am fine, especially considering what I just went through with the plumbing fiasco here at the house. That was not fun. Never get to watch your live streams because I have school, but I get off because I have a doctor's appointment. Oh, I hope it's just something routine, McChicken. If you ate too many McChickens, maybe it's not a routine thing. Maybe there's more going on there, but I hope it's okay. And yeah, let's see. Oh, Chris Van Dyke is in here. Hello. Doing fine. Thanks for asking. Radar Diddy's in here. All right, we got a decent crew going here. Holy cow. And if you guys haven't already, hit the like on this so YouTube doesn't think that I completely bombed this. But yeah, I guess we'll get started by spilling the beans about some York stuff. For me personally, again, if you're just joining us, I am not at York yet. In the in the process of dying, apparently. A little bit of popcorn. In the process of packing stuff up, not just, like clothes and stuff to wear, but I do have quite a bit of stuff that I am bringing to the York train show that folks are buying from me, and essentially it's drive-up delivery. It's to your door. If you're going to be at the York train show and there's stuff that you want out of my collection, as long as it's for sale, Yeah, message me on the Secondhand Overland on Instagram, on Facebook, or whatever. You can even leave a comment in here, although in the live stream it might be hard for me to find it again. But yeah, I've got a few things that I've decided I'm parting with from the collection, and I'm not quitting the hobby. I'm not selling my whole collection to trains, and there's going to be a datified event at the. You're going to have to break down the doors on Thursday to go get all of the stuff from this. No one wants my stuff anyways, because a lot of mine's secondhand, and not even just secondhand, but a lot of it's semi-scale and traditional size and such. And half of y'all don't care about that, as evidenced by what I've been having trouble selling, or at least had less interest in. But yeah, bean spillage. So I guess we'll. Oh, Ray's in here. 2 days to go. Yes, sir. 2 days of driving for me. Yes, I am not flying to the York Train Show. I have flown in years past. And I say years past, I mean last year. I actually went to two. It's so funny. If I go back 2 years from really this point in time, I had made a little Instagram reel thing that had like the expectation of going to York. Hey, I'm going, and there's all this stuff I brought home, and see you later. And then reality of stuff going, and it's just me on my computer looking depressed at how long of a drive it is and why I'm not going. I never really thought York was an attainable thing until it's not even the show that made it. The show itself, like train shows, cool. You can find a lot at this train show because there's a lot there. Oops, I just nailed my computer. But as far as shows go, this one attracts a lot of people from the region. And a lot of people that are into O-gauge trains in that corner of the country go to this show. So York acts as a magnet to attract all these people that I've been connecting with through the internets, all 75 of them, to talk with them and meet them in person and hang out with them and have cool experiences and stuff with them and browse the halls with them and all that stuff. And I did that in spring of 2024. And I did a little bit of that again in fall of 2024. We went for my son's birthday. We did a little bit of York Train Show, and then mostly like Strasbourg and stuff like that. But yeah, so this time around, I am not only driving to save a plane ticket, save a rental. I'm also bringing some stuff that you guys have bought for me, and one of you in here has bought something that you might be surprised that I'm parting with, especially given how long I waited for it and how excited I was to have them back. I have sold my pacemaker Hudson, the Lion Master LC2. And it's not that it was a bad train. It's not that I didn't like it. It's nothing really against the engine itself. But I have realized, and a lot of the other things that are for sale kind of reflect this, I have realized that in my attempt to get all sorts of cool stuff, that I have also branched far too far away from my original theme of Union Pacific / Midwest. So, all the Pennsylvania stuff, Chesapeake and Ohio, New York Central, things like that aren't exactly around here. And there's actually another element that contributed to me getting rid of the Hudson, at least this version. And it's, oh, hi Shirley, hi Brandon, thanks for joining us. Hi Tyler. Oh, yeah, Tyler got he got a Madison car for me from before. Cool, glad you're enjoying it. But yes. Oh, and I see LBSC Thomas Studios is in here, is in there as well. Yeah, let's see. 844, no, oh yeah, cool. All right, so I'll continue with my story here then. You guys are coming in the comments and trying to keep up. But another reason for selling my Lion Master Hudson is also because I went from having 0 red engines to having a bunch of red engines. And originally I got the pacemaker because it was fun and I didn't really have any red steam engines. Well, if any of you watched my video from Friday, which given the stats, actually quite a few of you didn't, which is fine. I was just surprised at the lower interest in last Friday's video. But I got another red steam engine, and when I pre-ordered the Lion Master Hudson in the pacemaker scheme, I didn't know that they were going to make a RBP Trains custom steam locomotive in the A6 Atlantic in Legacy. Had I known that, I probably would have gotten like just a Lionel Lines or just the regular NYC version. I was thinking about that kind of gray Dreyfus colored one. That one looks really sharp. But I've already got Greyhound stuff for my Union Pacific Challengers here on the line. But yeah, I would have still gotten a Lion Master Hudson. I'm not selling it because I don't want a Lion Master Hudson to complete my Lion Master collection because I'm a big old Lion Master nerd. I'm selling it because I don't want to repaint it. Because that pacemaker scheme is beautiful. And if I have the choice between a red steam engine, I'm going to choose the RBP one because it looks really cool. So I am selling that one to my friend David here in the chat. And as well as a couple of its matching cars and such. And I'm going to get another Hudson, but it's going to be one that they would have run more around the Midwest. And that would be the Wabash P1 Hudson. Lionel has made some older versions of this before, but I'm kind of weighing my options as to a direction to go with this. I'll either get a less flashy paint scheme Hudson and just Lion Master Hudson and repaint it and add like the streamlining and such to it. Because streamlining on a steam engine, at least just along the running boards, is not difficult to add. It's just a nicely cut of styrene plastic and just, you know, glue it on and paint it to match and call it a day. Could even do the elephant ears on that one if I wanted to. But debating either doing that or they do make TMCC equipped Wabash Hudsons, and I could just throw some ERR crews in there to make it better to use around the line and have one pretty much out of the box. I'm leaning towards making a Wabash Hudson instead. Plus, it will be a dark blue. If you're not familiar with the Wabash P1 Hudson, they're really neat paint scheme. And that's part of the reason why I'm going that route with it. Because with all these red engines, I don't have any blue. And blue is the only color for a proper useful engine if you talk to anyone with Thomas and Friends and all that. All right, got some. Matty C is in here. What's up, buddy? Karsten woke up from Germany. Hello. Auf Wiedersehen. Freude, schöne, gute Funken, Tochter aus Elysium. No, that's just... I don't even remember what it means, but it's from Beethoven's Ninth that I sang in high school. Like, yelling anything in German sounds really angry. And so you could just take bits and pieces of whatever you want and just yell them. Aside from like Scheiße or whatever. And yeah, so all I did was memorize my lines in German from Beethoven's Ninth, the Ode to Joy. Carson probably hates me right now. But yeah, William is in here. Hey, Bill. And Joe Hampton says, I'm in the same boat. I got a whole bunch of Pennsylvania and New York stuff I need to get rid of because I mainly model like the West, like I do here. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. I don't have anything against East Coast railroads. I just don't have a lot of room or a lot of funds. And when I run stuff, part of the reason I like running Midwest stuff is the history snob in me likes there to be railroads on the line occupying the spaces that are from that area. And so whenever I put something on from the East Coast, I gotta like clear the whole line. And it takes forever. And it was fun to do like once or twice, and I tried doing it again recently, and that's when I realized, all right, maybe I should just box these guys up and list them for sale and see if anyone from York wants them. And then from there, if nobody buys them from York, then I'll like eBay or Facebook Marketplace or something like that. But yeah, so the Hudson is getting delivered via Dadified's Dad Wagon. Actually, I'm not taking the Dad Wagon because that thing is 281,000 miles on a 96 Impreza. I don't trust for a 17-hour drive. Drive around town, fine. Plus, trying to pass anyone over 70 miles an hour instead of passing them, I just slow down and let them go because I know it'll take too long to do with that tired little 2.2 liter four cylinder that's just you you want us to do what? Why would you do that? So yeah, I'm actually borrowing my mom's Subaru Crosstrek, and that's got adaptive cruise and lane centering and all the other stuff. It's nice for long trips, and she's hardly got any miles on it. So thanks, Mom. Let's see. What else did I miss? Excited. First engine was David saying his first engine was a New York Central set from 1993. This will be a bit of an upgrade from 93. The Lionmaster Hudson's fantastic. Let's see. What else is going bye-bye? Sleeves Rails asks, first of all, Sleeves Rails has a bit of an unfair advantage as he's been here before and run his cool stuff. I made a pretty fun short, not even a short, it's a reel on Instagram. I was getting this nice shot of his beautiful brass Sunset Models 07 Mikado making its way around here, and then it gets to the station, and my son still has all of his like Legos and stuff on the table up here. So that was kind of fun. But yeah, so he's been here to run trains with me, and he's been a bit of a good or a bad influence. I'll let you guys decide. But you'll want to stay tuned with what he's managed to influence me to get. Some of you might already know if you followed any of the shorts that I've been posting on YouTube. I've kind of teased this a little bit, and folks are like, is that a new engine? I can't keep up with all your new engines. No, I can't either, which is why I'm selling some. So the Hudson, Lionmaster Hudson, is going to David. And I actually sold locally my MKT FA diesels. Those are TMCC. I just don't run them enough. Even though those are Midwest themed, I just don't run those enough. And I've got plenty of Katy thanks to our friend Chris, both the diesel switcher and the new Atlantic. Granted, they're not like proper Katy engines, but I run Katy cars with them, and I don't really need a multitude of prototypical Katy and actual like Chris RBP trains Katy. I don't need two kinds of Katy. But also, oh hey, we got Will's in here. What's up, Will? Actually, you might be more that direction from me, but you're probably gonna be flying. I don't think you're driving from where you're at. Train Spotting Sam, I could never sell any of mine. And I thought that too. I have sold engines before, and it was difficult to. But the stuff that I'll probably never sell is all the UP stuff, especially stuff like the big boy. 4014 is practically unobtainium for Lionmaster, so glad we have that. 4023 is very much unobtainium because nobody makes 4023 in Lionmaster. They just make it in Legacy and Vision line. So that's never going anywhere. My Challengers, I've got 3 Challengers. I got 3985. You kind of can't not have 3985 on the line. And here in Nebraska, in Grand Island, we have 3977 in the Greyhound scheme with the big old elephant ears hanging out in Cody Park. So we have that. And before either of those, I had Challenger 3976, and I should say have instead of had because I still have it. I just can't get rid of that engine. I've thought about it, but it's still one of my favorites to run, even though I have another Challenger. It is really cool running them together. I'll run 3976 with the Greyhound passenger cars and 3977 with the Streamline cars, which is prototypical. They did pull Streamliners sometimes when diesels just weren't up to snuff. So yeah, it's been neat running both of those. Like they're brothers, you know. Let's see. What else am I missing in here from you guys? Oh, Will says, definitely in the Rockies, so the family won't be able to make it this year. However, we will be York bound in 2026. Well, the whole fam, that'll be fun. Are you going in spring or fall? Glenn says, hardest part of selling is knowing you won't get your money back. Well, I suppose if you got a 700E, you'll probably get your money back. But that's also the other thing. I'm selling this stuff at a pretty reasonable discount. Not just because I know it'll sell faster, but also because, especially if it's folks that I know and if it's folks that are in the hobby that are getting it, I don't want to rake them over the coals for stuff. I want them to get a good deal from a very well loved and taken care of engine. Need to loop back around to the other engines that are getting sold, because I should probably at least plug that here so that way folks know. The Lion Master, the K-Line Allegheny that I upgraded and did all that stuff too in the video with and everything. That's another East Coast engine that I just don't run often. So that one is available. I even finished all the white pinstriping on it. It looks fantastic around the line. And it's a really nice runner thanks to that crew. The ERR Cruise M board is transformative. If you have older TMCC engines, or if you have any K-Line engines without cruise, you need this. It's so nice to have. I'm about to install it in the GS64 Daylight. Oh, no, GS64 Western Pacific. I got to talk about the Daylight here in a second. But I'm going to install cruise in that guy because it's fantastic. Let's see. I should bring the family down for LCCA. Will's telling me. Will, where is... Oh, wait. Is it the Rocky Mountain Show in April, TCA Convention in Dallas, and the LCCA Convention in Denver? Ah, that sounds fun. I've been wanting to get back to the Rockies. Need a rotation list so everything gets track time. That's a great suggestion. And we basically do that. But again, if I'm doing East Coast trains, it's not just a rotation with the locomotives. It's a rotation with all of the... I can't even stand if I've got UP stuff on the sidings. If I've got Pennsylvania Railroad and I've got New York Central and CNO flying by, I just can't leave them there. So I take all that stuff off. It's also a nice time to clean them because sometimes they get dusty hanging out there. The coal hoppers are pretty much on permanent display on that side of the line. But yeah, it's pretty much on a rotation. The shelves in here, I'm constantly, like, things always move. If you look at videos that I do, and you look at where things are positioned on the shelves, you'll notice they change quite a bit. Everything gets some runtime, at least once a month for practically every engine. We run trains a lot, not just because my son and I enjoy it, but because this is a hard room to avoid because of where it's positioned. And so a lot of times at night, I'll just come down here and run stuff. I'll film stuff. Sometimes I won't even film. I'll just leave the phone upstairs and just enjoy it. Because I find if I have my phone, I'm led to try and film stuff instead of just enjoying running them. And it's a lot more relaxing just to run stuff. Let's see. How much does the ERR board cost? The only knock I have on my K-Line locomotives is, yeah, the bad cruise, I'm guessing. It's, I want to say it's like 120, 130. I can't remember. I've bought 3 of them now and installed 2, just waiting to install the one on the Western Pacific. Because I want to do a tutorial on that. I would have done it by now, but I have to get all my camera equipment to like overlook to like show what I'm doing and everything. So, yeah, that's a pretty easy install, and it's well worth the money. Let's see. Aiden says, if I had the funds for that Allegheny, I'd buy that in a heartbeat. I live near Henry Ford Museum and have seen the real one in real life. I would totally keep this if I had that kind of a connection. That would be fantastic. So yeah, if after the show, if it hasn't sold, yeah, just message me if you're interested in that one. The other engine, there was another engine that I had for sale, but another guy found a home for that one. My son might be a little bit bummed about this one. I didn't tell him I was selling this one. My K4, my baby K4, the Lion Chief Plus 2.0, 1361, the one that they're eventually going to restore, right? They're going to do that, right? They really need to. Sold that one. There's a guy at York that's picking it up, as well as a bunch of cars and a caboose going with it. So it'll be nice that he'll essentially have a set to run right out of the gates. So that one's already sold as well. That one's getting packed up. But then the 4th one that I'm selling, that still doesn't have a home, but I've had a couple people kind of like, Oh, are you selling that one? I might be interested. K-Line Daylight 4449. Now, why would I get rid of the daylight? I'm not, folks. It's not even up there. Where is it? Oh, it's down here. See, I do move the engines so often I can't even keep track of where they're located in the house anymore. I do still have Daylight 4449. I am selling Daylight 4449. How am I selling a train and keeping it? I have two. All right? I screwed up. The truth is out. So, originally, I'd been searching for like a year for the Western Pacific K-Line GS64. It's very difficult to find. Even after finding mine eventually, it was not easy to get a hold of. I was getting to the point where I had lost hope. And I was just like, I want WP back on the line. So I'm just going to buy a K-Line Daylight, paint it black, give it a sound chip to make it sound like the Western Pacific. I used one out of the Lionel TMCC version with Rail Sounds 5, I think. It's really nice. I love the sounds in that engine. Yeah, so I was ready to make it. I had even installed Cruise on the Daylight that I was going to paint black. And then I get a message from the guy that I'd been trying to get a hold of for 4 months saying, oh yeah, I still have that GS64 K-Line that you're looking for. Would you like to arrange something? Yes! So I got that engine and fixed it and it's running great. And now I have 2 daylights because I was this close. I'm glad he messaged me when he did because I was this close to painting that thing black and making my own. So I have a K-Line Daylight 4449 with cruise control that runs fantastic. That's available because I don't need 2 of them. And I already modified it and everything with the board, so I got that one from trains.com. I could have returned it, but I already messed with it. So I'm selling that one. Let's see. Sorry that message copied weird. It's all right, Will. I got that. Oh, and I'll get to Will asked in the comments any locos I'm on the hunt for. I'll get to that in a minute. And Joe says, I have that same Allegheny from K-Line that I'm going to sell. Yep. I love how that engine runs and how it sounds and everything. Again, I don't run enough East Coast here, and I don't have enough room for all of that stuff as well. So it's time to say, but now the exceptions to my rule, and this is why I'm getting another Hudson. I'm getting the Wabash. The exception to the rule is I am keeping the Class A and I am keeping the T1 Duplex. Now, the Class A kind of doubles as a bit of a Halloween engine around here. And I've got the coal hoppers to go with it. And it looks nice on a shelf. And it's a nice running engine. And I got that one from my buddy Art. So I'm not getting rid of it. And I also like that it's number 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just amusing to me. And then, the Pennsylvania Duplex, the T1, I cannot get rid of that. With all the work that I put into that one, if you guys have seen the saga of the Legacy T1 that I had here, you would be surprised if I ever sold it as well, because I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that thing. And it runs great now. Keeping its passenger cars as well. And I used to run the K4 on the other line whenever the T1 was out, and he was just pulling... he could pull passenger cars too, but he was also pulling freight cars. I get some nice kind of side-by-side shots with them, but I've got enough of those shots where if I need to use them in the future, I've got them saved at least, but I just don't run the K4 as much. I run the T1 way more. I should have bought the Daylight for my mom. She loves that engine. Sleeves, if you want to, let me know, and I won't bring it with me to York, and you can get it here. It's fantastic. Also have that Berlin. Hi, Shirley. I know you said hi. Hi, I got you. I think I said hi to you earlier, but yeah, that's an amazing pillow. What, Aiden? What pillow do you see? I'm sitting on a couch around my layout. Anyway, USS Salem. Are you friends with the train board, Gary and Ryan? Yes! Yes, I am. We had them on our live stream, the 3 Rails 4 Dads, here a couple, like 2 months ago. And I'm excited to see them at York as well. So yeah, love those guys. I love seeing their catalog reactions. If you haven't watched one yet, the banter between those two is pretty funny because Ryan's all geeky outy, kind of my age about this sort of stuff, and his dad is not as amused with things, and admittedly a little bit, I wouldn't say cranky is the word. I would say he's a little more opinionated, and that interplay between the two of them, that is just YouTube gold. So if you haven't watched them before, you gotta. Oh, with the Captain America dog. Yes, I have over here. Ha! Yep, so the D on the forehead for Daphne. My corgi is actually sleeping over there by the door. She's bored with me right now. Had that pillow cover for a while. I forget where we got that. Let's see. Oh, so Shirley finally figured out that I said hi, but then did the number that I'm not supposed to say. Even though it's on RBP's new dockside switcher, I am not gonna fall into that trap because, well, my mom was a teacher. My wife is a teacher and deals enough with that sort of stuff anyways. Oh, speaking of, she just texted me. Oh, yes. No, I didn't flood the house, hun. We're good. Woo! That was close. So yeah, no. Not gonna fall down the rabbit hole of trying to explain why it's brain rot. Beating up my voice before I go on this big old trip, although I'm about to have a bunch of time to myself, sitting in the car, counting cows. Come on, computer, wake up. Just because I'm not typing doesn't mean I'm not seeing. There we go. Delft Junction! Hi, Pete. Thanks for joining us. Have you ever considered a G-scale garden layout like Jim Zim? Oh, yeah! I used to watch Jim's stuff all the time with my son when he was little. Well, you'll be happy to know that I do have plenty of experience with G-scale because it's what my dad collects and it's what I grew up with. And we do have a garden railroad. So I've made videos about that a couple times. I made one about the indoor layout that he has in his basement with G-scale. And I've also made one about the White Trestle Railroad, which is his layout that he has outside. So if you'd like to see some G-scale stuff from Dadified's perspective, I've got plenty of experience with that. I'm going to sell all of my G-scale. Joe says he's selling his G-scale. Okay. I mean, we can't make you keep it, so cool. Let's see. David says he loves road trips, would be really fun, but it's a long drive from Arizona to York. I would tend to agree. Honestly, this is not the longest trip I've taken in a car by myself before. The longest trip I've ever done solo was Omaha to Gorham, New Hampshire. It's like coming up on 24 hours worth of driving. I did it in 2 days, obviously, because driving off a ditch in the middle of Ohio is a bad idea. But yeah, I'm no stranger to long distance driving, but especially in the case of a train show, it saves me shipping for bringing anything back, which circles back around probably to somebody asked before. Somebody had asked before if I would divulge on engines that I'm looking for at York, which I will. Although I did just see, let's see. Why are your most popular videos Nerf gun stuff? Well, in a previous life, before I was a dad, Dadified was bazookafied, and there's still a wall of Nerf in my garage. My son and his friends use those quite a bit. And I was into Nerf and laser tag and stuff, and I still am. But when I switched to Dadified, I figured I would just focus on things that my son and I are doing, which slowly but surely just turned into a focus on O-gauge trains. So yes, those videos are popular. But by comparison, I'm getting a lot more traction on the O gauge stuff nowadays. Um, those videos have a lot of views mostly because they've just been around for over a decade. So they've had lots of time to circulate the interwebs. All right, well, that's quite enough 6-7. Oh, dang it, I said it, which means that I lost the game. But we can put him in timeout for 5 minutes. Boom. I've never done that before. That was kind of satisfying. I bet my wife wishes, well, she probably does put kids in timeout in school. But I bet she wishes it was that easy. Click, boop, 5, done. All right. Could always come to Florida. Larkin, what's up, buddy? Yes, I could. We have a good family friend that lives in Florida, and there's plenty of stuff to do in sunny Florida. So yeah, visiting there is definitely not out of the question. It's hard to do like bigger vacations and stuff without the rest of the family and such. So definitely gonna have to disguise that trip as more than just, oh, I want to see my buddy Lark. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sad. David says he's sad Colin can't make it this year, but hope he had a great party. Yes, he had his birthday last week. He is 6. I can't believe it. Kid grows like a weed. He's lost 2 teeth now. He lost one earlier this week. Sunday, I think. But yeah. Hard to get him out of school. It's his first year of school, and I didn't want to take him out during a busy time of year. Although spring would probably present the same problem. If the fall break or spring break ever coincide with York, I'm totally taking Colin again. Let's see. Will says he loves being a dad. It's the absolute best ever. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually what's sort of transformed the channel. I don't think if I had made, because I always liked making videos anyways, regardless of the subject. I always liked making videos. I don't know that I would have really continued the channel as much, though, if I hadn't refocused it, starting off with dad stuff. And then if you're trying to figure out why we focused on O-Gauge afterwards, we just got a lot of really good support and traction on the O-Gauge stuff that we were doing, because I did do a couple Nerf things with him, and laser tag and other things, and just tried to make it like a dad channel. But the O-Gauge stuff really seemed to resonate, really seemed to be a fun way to connect with folks. And so the big push to kind of go more train focused, honestly, was RBP trains. I've had the privilege to be able to get to know him more and message him more and meet him a couple times. I'll get on that in a sec, but he's a big reason why this channel got more O-Gauge focused. So thank you, Chris, for all of your great influence. I know he's not making as many videos these days. We actually talk about that. He's like, yeah, I'm thinking of trying to get back into making more videos and stuff. But he has his own life. He has his own stuff that he's doing. Family stuff is very busy for him. It's busy for me as well. Probably even busier because his kids are all involved in all these other activities and such. So dad life is definitely affecting people like him. But yeah, it's been really fun getting to know him and talking about bouncing different ideas off each other and such. It's been a lot of fun connecting with somebody that inspired a lot of what we're doing here. So yeah, excited to see him. I don't know if I should say if he's going to be at York. Part of the reason I'm going to put my foot down on day 2 of driving to get to York earlier on Thursday is because I'm pretty sure a certain Rains brother is going to be there. And I know he's going to have a bunch of people around him and such, but I don't want to bother him, but I kind of do. Because the first time I met him, I didn't want to bother him. And, there's all these people around him, and he has all these fans and people that want to catch up, and he knows way more people than I do. And gave him his space, and he's like, "Hey, you're going to Chris Montagna's tonight, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, like we'll catch up more there." I'm like, good. That's kind of what I was hoping for, because I didn't want it to be like, I didn't want to get in his way. But then he was pretty pretty beat after that York day, and he had stuff that was going on early the next day with his daughters. So he didn't end up going to the thing at Chris Montagna's, Chris's Trains and Things. Another great friend I'm looking forward to reconnecting with at York. And I didn't get to see him. And then last fall, Chris surprisingly went to York on a Thursday, and that was the day that we arrived in Philadelphia, and we didn't get in until late, and so we missed him again then. So third time's a charm. Maybe I'll get more than just a embarrassing video footage from Caleb Easter's super nice video camera that Chris steals. But I've been able to message him and talk with him. We've video chatted a couple times. He's really supportive and really knowledgeable, but really fun guy to be able to connect with. I'm fortunate to be able to have as much connection with him that I have. Oh wow, I talked a lot there. I missed a lot. We're getting into U.S. and Canadian locos. Pete says, "Yeah, that's now that there's one. Would that be a Midwest train if I added that Royal Hudson, the Royal Canadian one? Let me know in the comments if you think that qualifies as Midwest. It chugged through here. I missed it. Would have been cool. They didn't really announce that excursion very well, and they covered a crazy amount of miles with that excursion, going from Canada to Mexico. Love British as well. Yep, it's nice to have both, I bet. In 2020-30, or whenever the T1 is restored, it's not even restored, it's being built. Do I plan to take him out to see it? Yes. I will take him out of school if he's in school when it happens. I will. It's going to be awesome. What is this on the side of my layout? Something gets spilled? Yeah, I'm having to scratch it off here. Yay, vinyl. These are all vinyl boards. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to take some more time to clean that off. What else did I miss? Aiden says, "Are you going to bring any trains to run at Chris's? It's always cool to see footage of all the YouTubers' trains on his layout." Yes! And it's right over here. Can you see it? Nope! Yeah, I'm bringing a train to run. But no, so I think I said like 15 minutes ago that I would tell you guys about trains I'm looking for. It would be cool to find a Wabash P1 dark blue Hudson, especially if it has TMCC. Otherwise, would be nice to find a Lion Master Hudson on the cheap, because that would just make that easy, especially if it was just like a black version that I won't feel bad painting over to do the Wabash Hudson with. Oh, my buddy will be happy to hear this. I am looking for some Chicago Northwestern to add to the line, and Lionel has those new FA diesels out. They'll probably be too expensive for me to get yet, but if I can find one for a good price, that would be neat to add. Especially since, okay, freight trains over passenger trains. The passenger trains I have are fine. I don't need any more, because passenger trains are such a pain to store, because it's more than just the locomotive. You got to get all the matching cars. So if I got like a Chicago Northwestern passenger train, I got to get all the cars to go with it. But if I get a Chicago Northwestern freight train, I can throw some Chicago Northwestern cars in there, like this guy, and sprinkle in the rest of the road names and make it much easier to assemble a prototypical looking train. So yeah, Chicago Northwestern FA diesels in Legacy would be really fun to find. Yeah, Chicago Northwestern. Yeah, that's right, Sleeves. What, you think I'm just jumping on the Great Northern bandwagon just because I got a boxcar over here for him? That's a epic foreshadowing. Have I done a good job of hiding that engine? I don't feel like I have. Let me know in the comments if you know what engine is sitting off screen right here. And I am going to bring it to York, because because I can, because I got a car and I can just put things in the car. Other stuff I'm looking for. Some nice freight cars would be neat. If I don't get an engine, I'll probably come home with some freight cars at least. I don't need any more passenger cars. I got so many passenger cars. But if I can find the K-Line 18-inch streamlined daylight cars, then I can sell my my heavyweight. I love my K-Line heavyweight cars for the daylight. But I feel like the daylight needs the streamliners behind it. So that would be cool if I could find those for a good price, but those are pretty difficult to find. I would like to find some more. I don't have very many Rio Grande freight cars. Would be nice to find something freighty to pull around, because Rio Grande worked with a lot of my other railroads. They did a lot of stuff with Missouri Pacific, and I've managed to find some Missouri Pacific cars, and I always intermix the two whenever I'm pulling freight trains. Just found your channel and subscribed immediately. Thanks, the little tug. Thanks for joining us. If you guys haven't already, hit the like over there in the corner. Man, there's still 28 hanging out with us. This is another fun lunch run. I like doing these lunch ones with you guys. I feel like it's a good use of my time, because evenings are so difficult for me. But thank you guys for stopping in on your lunch breaks to spend some time with me. But yeah, a 484. Aiden thinks I might be looking for a 484. I've got the GS64, the daylight, and I still have the scale 844. That engine actually wasn't really supposed to stick around. It's still here. I love it though. I can't not run it. I need to do a scale running session, because I know I focus a lot on semi-scale stuff, mostly because of the curve of the track that I have here. But yeah, I need to do another scale running session. I don't think I've ever filmed the scale running session, and even it would take a little bit of change out of stuff, but maybe once Christmas is done, when the elevated line has its new scenery, that'll be fun. Let's see. Steam Rail Willie, hello, Columbus, Nebraska. Hopefully, what works with your base 3? What did I miss? What works with your base 3? Oh, Canadian Midwest. Oh, he says the Canadian is in the Midwest. Yeah, why not? That'd be cool. Yes, they need to make a semi-scale 844. Steam Rail Willie is 100% absolutely positively right. That would be really nice to have happen, because when I put 844, my K-Line semi-scale, next to my scale 844, it does look a little silly. 844 next to my semi-scale Big Boy and Challenger, not as bad. 844 next to my brass right-of-way Bull Moose, fantastic. MTH made a semi-scale 844, but they did it wrong. The proportions on it are wonky. Even so, I know I focus a lot on, when I'm talking about bad 844s, I'm talking about the older, before they did the Imperial treatment to it. But the cab is still hilariously small, and the tooling is very kind of post-war chonky kind of looking. It's not crisp like the legacy engines and stuff are, or the Lion Masters, and for that matter. I've seen the semi-scale 844 in person before. It is a small engine, and the Lion Masters kind of make it look a little silly. So I can't mix those. I can't mix a Lion Master 844, or rather a Lion Master Big Boy or Challenger with a MTH Rail King 844. Just, it's too weird. So yeah, I'm not getting that engine. Nope. I've avoided it this long. I'm gonna stick to my guns. Bill says you must find the K-Line Mikado. It's still my favorite engine and would work well on your layout. Yeah, it sounds like a good one, but I've got a Mikado already. I've got It's the first new engine I ever bought. It's 2549 in a Lion Chief Plus 2.0, and I use it a ton on the elevated line, and it travels really well, so I bring it to the train club a lot too. Um, it's a great little engine, but maybe the K line is a little bit bigger proportions. Still semi-scale, I think, but a little bit better proportions. The scaled Mikados will make their way around this line, even though they're rated for 054. I have 048 here. Holy mackerel, no wonder my voice is getting beat up. We've been going for 50 minutes. I'm going to wrap things up here soon, folks. But there's 31 of you. Gosh, you're making me hard to log this thing off. It's your fault that these go this long. I intend for these to go like 20, 30, 40 minutes tops. Here we are. You guys are awesome. Stop being awesome. I wonder if the timeout kid left, because it's been way longer than 5 minutes since I put Mr. 7 preceded by 6 kid in here. Sorry, not sorry. If you're going to flood the chat with hi, and then 7-6, then yeah. Maybe it's my dad mode kicking in, being a curmudgeon. Am I being a curmudgeon? Let me know if I'm being a curmudgeon. Might be a compliment. Hey, Mike. Hi, James. Sorry, I know you always type in all caps, but every single time I see it, honors English in high school. When I see all caps, I read yelling. It's scale. Bill says oh, don't go. He says the K-line Mikado is scale. Yeah, I don't know if I'll get it then. The Mikado's starting to get a little bit bigger. I don't know. Okay, full scale Mikado. Joe has one too. Yay. You always have interesting content. Thank you. I don't like making people fall asleep. I like to think of myself as an entertainer. I like making videos. I like talking with you guys, but I like making stuff that's engaging. Not just because it's supposedly good for the algorithm when you guys comment on things and like things. I've gone down that road before. But if I make a video and hardly anyone says anything about it, but everyone watches it, it's not as good if I made a video that hardly anyone watches, but it gets a bunch of comments and stuff. Because I love making stuff that makes you guys want to talk about this stuff. Because I'm a big social bug. And I think a part of that just comes from... Maybe it's because I'm a Billy Joel fan. I don't know. That guy is a fantastic... the whole song, The Entertainer. Not the... No, not that Entertainer. I am the Entertainer. And I come to do my show. You heard my latest record. It's been on the radio. I love Billy Joel. Grew up playing I'd play the second hand. Don't really need a second hand, but my mom would let me play the second hand part on Scenes from an Italian Restaurant while she did the really hard piano solo. And so I'd go there, I'd do the little octave bass line thing, because it's all... I didn't have the hands back then to be able to reach the octaves, and my mom was focusing on the and I'd just be sitting there punking out the octaves for her, and we'd play it together. I will never forget that. That song is a lot of fun because I like to play it, and someday when I'm not lucky enough to have a mom anymore, it'll be great to play that. Dad by karaoke. Yeah, I know. There's a quick way to lose people watching. Mike starts singing. I did a thank you like 2 years ago, right when we became Trains affiliates, because we also were celebrating like 7,000 subs or something, and we wrote like a little thank you song for everybody. And, like, nobody watched that. So I'm like, oh, there's my cue never to do that again. Apparently I didn't learn. I can narrate for the history. I can narrate for the History Channel. Maybe we'll talk about the owl. And while his head is on a swivel. Isn't that cute? No, there's a guy that like pretends to talk like Morgan Freeman and does like voiceovers for stuff. Those are fun. I forget even what they're called, but rest up, Mr. Long Haul Driver, Mr. Ray's Train says. Yeah, it's a little bit shorter drive for you, but okay. I'm gonna apply some peer pressure here, Ray. If you get Big Boy 4012, then I've got a present for you. I am bringing it with me to York. I am not going to show it to you unless you get Big Boy 4012 for you to run at your layout at home. So if you don't get it, then I keep the car. But if you do get it, I will have it there ready to give to you. You hear me, Ray? You hear me from the East Coast time zone that I am about to drive to? You need a big boy. You've been talking about it for long enough. 4012 has come and gone. I've been watching on trains.com. That's trains with a Z. I'm talking directly to you, Ray. This is no longer a live stream video chat with everybody in the comments here. This is me and you, buddy, talking about why you don't have a big boy yet. And you're like, oh yeah. Hey everybody. I need to get a big boy, but I never do because I just want to piss off Dadified. It ends. You need to get 4012. I know there's going to be one there. There's gotta be. If there isn't a big boy at York, then is it really York? It's like, if there isn't a Hudson on RBP's layout, is it really RBP's layout? If there isn't a multitude of Hiawathas, is it really Eric's Trains? Alright, I'm missing a bunch of stuff in here. Rail ride. Going to York on Saturday for those who can get there early since dealers start packing up their stuff around noonish. You might find some deals for those not wanting to cart certain items home. Yes, I've cashed in on that before. Yep. Let's see. Ray is dying of laughter. David needs a big boy, but he's going to try and find a Lion Master. If you guys find Lion Master, especially Legacy 4006, that Lion Master would be great for my buddy David. Enabler. Need to find a place for it on the plane. Yep. Or you can ship it. That's fine. Yeah, everything fun is on Friday, CN Tomato. Also, welcome. I don't think I've seen you in the comments yet. Thanks for joining us today. Getting so close to an hour, and I promised I wouldn't. I haven't even shown you guys what else I'm bringing. You know what? Just, if you guys are interested, I've already said the K-Line Daylight and K-Line Allegheny both have been upgraded with cruise control. One of them on accident. Both of those are still available. I'm selling the K4, selling the Hudson, and some freight cars. I do still have a bunch of freight cars. Some of the freight cars I'm just going to give away to kids there and stuff like that. Got some t-shirts that I'm bringing to give away as well. Even Rail Chief, the Chief, Rail Chief 74 is getting a freight car from me, and I owe him a shirt from something ages ago anyway, so I'm just going to hand it to him there. But yeah, I'm loading up the car today and heading out. So if you want stuff, message me. Let me know. Instagram and Facebook are probably the easiest ways to get a hold of me. And or just ask if you want like a list of freight cars that I'm thinking of getting rid of. Otherwise, I'll just have them there with me. And if people get them, that's great. I don't want the back of my car to turn into the Dadified haul. I just want to be able to bring stuff that folks have already said they wanted. I don't want to dodge the table or get in trouble with the TCA or anything like that. Just I'm going to be at York. I might as well deliver them to you instead of try and ship things out. Ray says, I'm I'm waiting for Joe to loan me one to make sure it can physically go around my layout. That's the main issue, honestly. If anyone has one and wants to bring it over, please do. Hee hee. Yeah. You've had a lot of time to figure that out, Ray. Game over. It's gonna fit. If it doesn't, I know some drywall guys. We can figure it out. You need a big boy. I don't want to be such a bully about this. Yes, Steamer Willie, I am selling the K4 and it is already sold and spoken for. I just don't run it enough. Not selling the T1, I run that thing even when that is like one of the few engines I'll make. You know how I said I'm like a snob about what things are on the line when I combine things? The Pennsylvania duplex, the T1 duplex is one that I make exceptions for because I love that train. But loving that train is also kind of what gave me the leeway to say, hey, if I've already got one, then why not get more? Hey, if I've already got this, then he needs some friends. Hey, if I've got some friends, then why not just make a whole layout worth of East Coast? This got out of hand really quickly. No, I'm not off my meds. Maybe I need some. I'm not on meds. This is just me. I have a slight migraine, but this is just me. I don't know how to be anyone else. I know how to like try and imitate like Sean Connery and Arnold Schwarzenegger and such, and Ray. Let's see. Aiden says you should have opened a booth there. Fun fact, RBP Trains has almost opened booths the last 2 fall Yorks. He was like, yeah, I'm going to have a booth. Really? Yeah, I'm going to have a table. Really? No, you didn't, buddy. It's okay. He's busy. He's got stuff going on. I get it. CN Tomato says, can't go wrong with a big boy. Would love to someday get one. Maybe 4012. Yeah, 4012 is in fantastic shape. It was so cool visiting that one at Steamtown. But really glad that we have 4023 here on the line. That's my pride and joy. Spoiler alert, at the end of the year when we do our top 5 engines again, that one's probably going to be my number 1. It wasn't number 1 last year because I was still having issues with the wireless drawbar tether wires and such. I still think it's ironic that the Achilles heel of that model is the wires going to the wireless tether. It's just funny to me. Get Challenger 3985, I think is what Amos means to say. Okay. Where is it? I think he's under here. Where the heck? 3985 is hiding in the tunnel. It's here. Welcome to Dadified. I have 3985. I just did a short with him too, where all his smoke is going through the rafters on this station thing over here. But yeah, I got him. And I love the sounds on it because it's got road number specific dialogue, and I got a weak spot for road specific dialogue, which is why I like older legacy stuff. Articulated infection is real, says Railride. Come on, thing, wake up. Keep up with me. I started with Big Boy 4014 before UP acquired it. Oh, nice. So you're in Pomona. Got the Restoration Edition. I didn't, and now I also have an Allegheny and a Class A. Cool. Yeah, no. Articulated stuff is neat. The Bull Moose, which most people don't know about. Big old 2880. My Challengers. Class A. Cab forward. Can't forget that fella. T1 duplex is technically not articulated, but it's big and has separate drivers. It's a duplex drive. What else? I don't think I have any other articulateds. I'm probably forgetting one. I feel kind of bad about that. Oh, I'm forgetting the one that I haven't told you guys about, or at least told many of you about. Steamrail Willie has 4012 and Lion Master, but he is not selling. Attaboy. That's honestly the one that Ray should get, but Ray's a scale snob, and he's going to want to put big modern freight behind it, because that's mostly what he has. So Ray probably won't go for a Lion Master. It will work for his application. It will clear those corners, but Ray wants the boiler to hang out comically off to the side and dredge out a section of his drywall. He wants that. So he's going to stick with scale. Yeah, you do need a Lion Master Challenger, buddy. If I ever sell 3976, I will let you know. Because that engine's in fantastic shape, and I would not feel bad selling that one. Other than that, I would miss it because it is such a strong runner. The early TMCC Lion Master Challengers are gold. Dang it! I went over an hour! You sons of... Ugh. You guys, this is all your fault. I'm having too much fun with this. I got stuff I need to do. I got a haircut I gotta go to. Look at this thing. I'm like Jimmy Neutron. I got a haircut to go to. I gotta pick up Target order. Gotta go pick up my nephew from school. Gotta pick up my son from school. Gotta transfer all the stuff from the dad wagon to the car. Finish packing, get all that stuff loaded. I got a lot to do. Gotta get 3977. It's amazing. Yes. You know I have that. Excuse me. You know I have that one. I just fixed it. The flywheel was having... The encoder ring was having issues. Oh, Uncle Salty's chimed in. Hey, buddy. Yes, Lionel. Oh, Lionel uses the Mikado tooling from K-Line. Not a surprise. K-Line tooling is magnifique. Brandon Green says, I really do want to get a big boy. Only problem is my track is 027. Yeah, if you had 031, you could run Lion Masters, but they will not run 027 curves. What a bummer. Roy's Rails says, do you have Western Maryland Challenger? I do not. But they have made several versions of that. There's the TMCC and the Legacy versions. That'd be a good one to get. Really, any of those challengers in Lion Master you can't go wrong with. But again, I'm trying to focus more on Midwest road names here, so Western Maryland is just a little bit too far that way. This is east. Yeah, the plan worked. Thanks, David. Okay, Mike, then get busy and go say goodbye. You guys are too much fun. Let's see. Oh, he has the UP Mikado. Let me know. I'd like to see pictures. Yeah, send it to me on Facebook and your Instagram. I'd love to see that. That sounds cool. Oh, Tim's got to run. I'll see you at York. I missed that one. He's probably already gone. What about K-Lines? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if the K-Line Big Boy will run on 027. K-Line didn't do a very good job of listing minimum curve radius on their locomotives. I couldn't find it anywhere on the daylight boxes. I know they'll run 036 because I've run 036 on them, but I don't have 027 to test them on. And I don't have a K-Line Big Boy to test it on for you. But maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I think that might be a good stopping point then. I know I went longer than I said I would. But you guys made it fun. Even though it wasn't this way, I meant to do it horizontal, but I screwed that up. Aiden says, one feature I think Trains needs to add is a listing of minimum curve. That's a great suggestion. That would be a great way to, you could have that as a search function. So like only show me engines that are rated for 060 and under, or under 048 or whatever you want. That would be cool. But then they'd have to do that for all of their scales. That would be a lot. Or maybe if it wasn't like a category that you could put it in by, if it was something that you could like put in the search tab and have it say like min 060, min 072, min 036, min 027. That'd be cool if you could search that. I don't think you can. And they don't always list it on their listings either. I have a bunch of 027 going up for Christmas. Yep, that's right. David's got that big Christmas layout. Gotta love post-war trains. They just run forever. They do. So yeah, kind of bittersweet. I can't wait to see some of you guys at York in a couple of days here. So leave me a message if you're interested in any of the freight cars that I'm bringing. A lot of Rail King, a lot of K-Line scale stuff too. But yeah, this was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course you did. You're still sticking around. There's even 25 of you, even when I said I was leaving. So leave a like, leave a comment, check out other stuff. Yeah, thanks for joining me for some lunch. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys on the next one.